Yo, guys, welcome back to another YouTube live stream. It's me, mrjayowhy. Hope you're having a awesome day. How are we doing? How's it going? Holy. Welcome. Right. A few more days. How many days? It's Sunday, isn't it? It's Saturday, the Ice King event. What day is it? It's like, 3 days, 21 hours. Kezo, how's it going? Hero, hi, welcome in, guys. How's it going? How's it going, chat? I'm trying to find where you actually are, if I'm being honest. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, if you come in, make sure to hit the like button. Let's get these likes up quickly. David, love your videos. Thank you very much, David. Appreciated. Appreciated. Don't know how to play. I mean, I played a keyboard, not a piano, really. Vaguely. I haven't done for a while. I feel like I know a few chords and stuff. A few chord progressions I could fly up, but not really. How's it been going? Ain't been here for a minute. It's fine, man. People drop in, people stay, people go, people leave. Is what it is. But thanks for popping by. Appreciated. Right. Let's have a quick look at the Fortnite item shop. Apparently there's meant to be a new skin drop in tomorrow, isn't there? People seem quite interested about it. Seems like it's going to be not a collab skin. I've been hearing, so there's that. So we've got the Sisters of Heart bundle with Ernu. Oh, I still don't know. Esme. Stuff like that. We've got Cupid Kitty. From the very expensive sidekicks that did not decrease in value. You haven't seen the drama about the new skin physiques. This apparently. I don't even see it, man. I don't even see it. Like what's the drama anyway? I hate that. Have they never... They've got to go somewhere, chat. That's all I'm saying. Wither, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Four more days into the Ice King live event? Yes. Ball in the shop so far? I mean, I don't know. Cupid's quite good. As a, someone who's not buying a sidekick, so I think they're over expensive. Keyboard Demon Hunters are good. Probably should have been the style, but I realised why they wasn't, because I feel like Rumi has been reworked and definitely some of the face models, but Rumi's definitely been like, don't know. I feel like they've cleaned up a bit. SpongeBob, Chapel Road, Fortnite drops, High Stakes Clubs in. What time is the event on Saturday? Is it Saturday? 7 p.m? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, let me look at the time. We're Forward Stellans still about. Battle ready, looking very kind of futuristic actually. Well, if you do buy anything, consider using code mrjayowhy in the Fortnite item shop. #ad partner. 21 hours. So yeah, 6 p.m. Wherever it is. I've been playing this era. It's been more fun than... Oh, I've been playing era. It's more fun than Fortnite. Fair enough. Don't know when the prisoners thing melts. I'm not sure. I guess it melts after the event, but I always thought it was before. Still web code, Mr. Joy. Thank you very much. I should have made a new K-pop Demon Hunter skin and edit style. Yeah, that's what I was saying, but I feel like they reworked the skins. I can see why they didn't at the same time. But then it'd be an argument why they roster skins out. But I know why. It was big at the time, wasn't it? Pretty big in the time. Even if they remodeled, still no excuse to make it separate skins. Yeah, no, and they could have just upgraded the previous model and said to if anyone wants to refund them, which I have done before actually. Even though remodeling is good, they still it's changing the skin, so they have to offer a refund. Many corporations had more passion behind them instead of just being greedy. Hey now. Hey. I mean, some edit styles used to literally be an entire new skin sometimes, but we didn't know how good we had it. I mean, even battle passes back in the day, obviously you had very distinct more. It just felt like there was a lot more going on, wasn't it? Chapter 7 Season 1 is boring for me. It's reminding me of Chapter 6 Season 4. They just add random stuff to the loot pool and gameplay is repetitive. I think they try to do things to at least change the loot pool this season, but they haven't stuck, unfortunately. Revives and other bits and pieces. But I still think there's a lot of charm to this season. Bring back Chapter 4 Season 2. People hated Chapter 4 Season 2. Okay, no, maybe not mega, but I feel like Chapter 4 was looked on very fondly than what it was when we were playing it, wasn't we? I mean, most seasons, I enjoyed, you know me, I enjoyed Chapter 4 for its entirety. Even Wilds, for me, was pretty decent, but hey, people didn't. People hated it. I would like for them to do a remix of Chapter 3. Don't worry, we'll see what happens with OG and what happens in terms of. Be interesting what they do this season, this year. Sorry. No, he doesn't need to do that. Oh my God! It's not the past. It's an alternate reality. Athena, what the hell, chat? What the hell, chat? Why am I on 80 ping? Why am I on 80 ping, chat? I must have accidentally switched to another server to be that high. So now I'm on Europe servers with 80 ping. Let's be real, no matter how much someone cares about the storyline, there's no doubt that Battle Royale relies upon its storyline to stay relevant. Well, yeah, they have to build a battle pass around it and POIs and stuff. I must have switched. I was playing with someone the other day. Oh yeah, I did switch to. What season do you like more? Chapter 1, Season 7, or Chapter 1, Season 8? Season 8. Anthony Gamer UK, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Rubik's. How's it going? my god, what am I doing? What am I doing, chat? I'm dead. I'm probably dead, chat. Weren't you doing the same stream yesterday? I mean, I know Fortnite's repetitive, but as people keep saying in chat. Bro's gonna think I'm hacking to hit him there. Bro's gonna think I'm hacking. Dark Voyager's aura must be studied. Actually, that's not a bad idea for a video. How much aura does the last reality have? Start with their herald. But I mean, I'm. If you mean the same game I'm playing, yes, I'm playing Fortnite. This is just, you know, we're playing the same game. Hopefully, you know, other things will happen to make it different. New conversations will occur to make said stream different. It's a sad. It is sad that the visitor is not the real visitor from OG 17. This makes me wonder if the new scientist skin is going to be real scientist. Oh, well, no, the implications would be that would also be a different scientist. Well, it maybe not, because then you have to gather if, at this point, if the scientist comes back, when they just use his skin for OG and we have to travel to OG at some point, like Hope and stuff, to go and do something. Because I do think the Vault will be used for the 0 point, and that's why Midas had the... Like, maybe Midas was aware of the creation of this reality, however it was created at this point. So the implications that they will use the same vault to house the 0 point in at some point. At the moment, it's empty. I have no idea. No one cared about the Dark Voyager back in Terra. I mean, I feel like there was a bit of fan service for him back in the day. I feel like people were intrigued. Haha, you don't bee me, do you, Ice King? No, if you were the Dark Voyager, different story. Can someone remind me on how we know OG visitor lore? Because the order will say voice lines, or not voice lines, sorry, you know, the interaction lines. Now this visitor is different. He must be from a different timeline, an alternate reality, or somewhere else. Any a Peely remix? No. The one skin we do not need a remix of is Peely. Oh my god, what has happened? What's the bloom on this thing? Okay, the AK is definitely not how it was back in the day. This is the first time I'm using it this season. How many times has Peely been looped? Well, not every version of him might be looped. It might just be different Peelys. As we saw in Season 8, it's loading screen. That they are a species and not like one specific person. And they could be loopers as well. Wait, what did that? Can someone explain to me how I dropped my thingy, by the way? Anyway. What's your favourite Ice King? What is your favourite thing about that event? What do you mean, what's your favourite Ice King? I mean, just Ice King. I do like the Ice King. The event for me, I actually didn't make the event, but I feel like the event grew on me afterwards, and what the implication was of that event in my eyes. It's probably had the best glow up than probably any other event that's happened. Because most of the time you see an event and you think, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, and you sort of leave it at that. But I feel like over the years that event's kind of grown on me in terms of what it meant. You know, when it was supported by the Zero War comics, and essentially what was going on there. But no, at the time I didn't really. I was like, I could have really missed that. I wouldn't have been. Well, I mean, I did. I could have like not queued up for it. I wouldn't have been bothered. But I just actually missed it. Well, no, I'm excited to not relive it, but you know, should let me play out Timu Scientist skin. Which one's that? The big bad for this chapter would be the Nothing. I'm gonna have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, the Nothing is definitely being teased now. People were complaining about the new Ice King, but I don't really mind it personally. No, it's grown on me, to be fair. I feel like it's a bit lacking in the downstairs department. I feel like upstairs, kind of like cool coat. I feel like maybe it could have been a bit more of a Veils type thing, but never mind. I like that Fortnite, like the zombies coming back, but can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. Oh, the ice zombies. I see you're playing the alternate timeline game mode. That's great. That's great. Wow. 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 Stupid alternative reality. Where's the chest spawns, bro? As a storyline fine, this might be a crazy take, but I generally prefer a remix final over 0 hour. I think that is a crazy take, if I'm being honest. Sort of? I hope Fortnite does release the new Scientist skin in Fortnite OG Chapter 1 Season X, even though I'm discouraged about knowing it's not the real Scientist. The Scientist is only 7-member I need. Well, it doesn't count anymore. Oh, I need to do that as a short. I record that. I need to take that from yesterday's stream. I had to relinquish my claim that I have all the members of the 7. I do not own all the members of the 7. Chat, we're 2 likes away from 10. Oh damn! I mean, well, it's not the visitor, is it? Who are you missing? I'm not missing. I'm missing the visitor. Not this guy. This guy's an imposter. Let me play with you. I have no friends. I'm sure you do, but at the moment I'm just playing solos. I'm being honest. Oh, it's the Batman pickaxe. Chat, thanks for 10 likes. Let's go. W's in the chat. Remix Final was an amazing event. No, I'm not denying that it was. I just feel like 0 out was a, I don't know. Had more going for it. I've season 4 visitor back in 2018. Should have not quit Fortnite back in chapter 1 season 9X. They were 2 great seasons. I know people at the time were like, I hate this season, but I liked it. I liked the season. I think it was pretty good. The mechs were a little overpowered, yeah, but I don't know. Like, think of the weapons we have nowadays. Like, they were weak as hell, really. Think about it. Well, I think running and sprinting has changed a lot of how you feel about weapons, because obviously that was one big thing about the Ice King sword coming back, that you couldn't really hit anyone now because of how they can move away from just a swing or something. Took your battle pass for some reason. Are you a crew member? You need to complete the crew within a month if you don't re-subscribe to it. You know what, chat? I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I knew about this. I don't think I've ever been here. Fortnite Battle Pass. Oh, I took a half pot, didn't I? Silly sausage. Let's just see what Fortnite storyline will do with the Visitor, the Origin, and the Scientists if they replace them with these imposters and making them the official members of 7. Like, something needs to happen for them to be included in the 7, because again, they shouldn't use it to replace dead characters. Like, have some respect, Fortnite, for the Taken 7 at the moment. They're not dead, but you know. Half pot. Chat, thanks for the 11 likes, chat. Appreciated. Oh, more Transformers skins. Anything's possible with the 100 collabs in this set to do. I'm gonna do a ton of collabs over next year. Also, you have a theory that Jonesy's 7 suit will be released this chapter, since the chapter is literally 7 themed. I bet we will get the legend in chapter 7, season 4. I feel like the 7 has to, more members of the 7 at least have to come together first. Or fake members of the 7, I suppose. Or members of the 7 who are not members of R7. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'll either go broke and miss out on more Transformer skins. Who would you like to see? I know who I'd like to see. Jones, it's been so long. You nearly destroy reality a million times, but you're still my legend. Take this and hands him the suit. What people think about Pokemon? Gotta catch them all. Oh yeah, 100% Black Arachnia. We're gonna have any Transformer skins next. Seven is somehow still mysterious and unknown. Yeah, since how long? 8 years. 8 years and still a mystery. I can throw these bottle rockets at them. Did that? Oops, I did not. I did not. What an idiot. Bro thought he was Booger. It turned out that he's just trash. What a shame, eh? What a shame. Oh, that's a waste of time. I'm going to lose as much health as I gain there. Or even more. Fortnite 0 Point Saga will end in Fortnite Chapter 10. Which is at the end of 2029. Watch. Nah, you're right, mate. I'll be playing another game on him. We're playing bi-weekly. Nothing to do with Fortnite. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. What is a recoil on that? Holy chat. Doing good. Good to hear, man. Okay, I can third party this. What the hell? Let's jump on his head. Let's go and do what the other guy did, but do it right, hopefully. Oh, we need stamina to reset. Oh no. What the hell did I just hit him there? Oops. GG's. GG's, chat. How would you rate the technical performance of your last game? It was alright. This character is not really him personally. Well, no, but I get what he's saying. Chat, thanks for the 13 likes. If you are enjoying the content, make sure to hit the like button. Do you think the Ice King that will be the same 2019? Huh? Do you think the... No, it will obviously be an alternate reality. Anyone in this OG is, we should suspect him to be an alternate reality one. What is this start match botting about when you're not doing a custom? Do I play 0 builds? Nah. I actually low-key can't stand 0 builds. I'm sorry, I know I've offended everyone in the chat, but... What happened to that P90? What am I lagging? For OG reality is a simulation from the last reality. Smack my head. I don't know what this OG is at the moment, but... I mean, we're meant to have a butterfly at the old thing over there, aren't we? New unrevealed skin is supposed to go... Oh yeah, I did talk about that earlier in the stream. Hopefully it's an original Fortnite skin. That would be kind of cool. Really cool if it's a collab nonetheless. Wait, but characters such as Drift are the normal one. As it isn't just our Drift who moved to OG timeline to get away from... What? You might have to have a bit of clarification with that. Yeah, that... I don't think it was confirmed that there were 2. I know, obviously, the Fox clan took off after the whole... You know, they felt responsible for the whole... Oh my god, I'm dead already, by the way. Okay. Sorry, how did he heal? What? What? Is there going to be a secret skin in the battle pass? I don't think so. I remember making my own Transformer combos before they had an Optimus Prime. Chat, if you do buy anything in the Fortnite shop. If you do buy anything for the item shop, please use creator code mrjayowhy, mrjayowhy, when buying Esme or Tess or Pinky or Art the Clown. Wednesday's in the shop because, you know, it's Wednesday. Are you going to be streaming the live event? I should be. I should be streaming the live event. That's what I plan to do anyway. Do. A friend of mine had it so now there were multiple Reality Zero variants, loops per se, and while everyone had a 0 point and there's still one and the same and in the event. What? Like, you know what I'm going to say, that there just can't be multiple 0 points. The 0 point is literally called the singularity. It is a singularity. I mean, you know, any black hole is essentially a singularity, but it's got to be one. 2 0 points accidentally appearing in a single loop. Example, accidentally bringing Athena Island via the time machine to the loop with Asteria. No, we fuse together the 1. Yeah, but it's the same 0 point. This is claiming to be an alternate reality. Unless the 0 point can exist in realities as some sort of gateway, which could be the case. I think multiple 0 points would effectively kill the story, in my opinion. What if there was only one 0 point, and when the 0 point exploded and shoots everywhere, and some shards grown, and it become the whole 0 point? No. So how would I explain this? If you broke like a glass, you have to put it together with the same parts. You can't stop mending it by making a new glass. You just put it together with the broken pieces, which is a poor example or poor thing, I know, but you would just buy a new glass or melt it down and then reform it with the same pieces, which actually does kind of work. Anyway, I just don't think that I don't think the multiple 0 point thing is just. Then the 7's mission is impossible. Then the last reality, what have they been doing this whole time? It makes a mockery of the whole nature of the Fortnite storyline if you make multiple 0 points. Would it be cool if the Ice King sends in the snowstorm? There's a rift where he was floating to show him transported to the Golden Coast. That'd be kind of cool. Cybertron exists somewhere in Fortnite. Well, yeah. How do you know, different characters come into the Fortnite island from other realities? Yes. I mean, that's just been their reality. That's just been Transformers' reality. Chat, thanks for 14 likes. And essentially, if you're breaking the 0 point up and the 0 point then shards and grow another 0 point, then there's multiple 0 points. Or what? Each one becomes like a percentage weaken and whatever piece broke off. I don't know. That's just a bit convoluted in my eyes. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know if they're going to do a collab season for a while, if I'm being honest. Like a full collab season. Alright, let's see what we can go and do here. I feel like I'm already in trouble. I've got to have faith. I've got to believe. Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I forget what you can do sometimes in these stupid modes. It's complex. I can see the possible issues, but perhaps there are ways it could work, of course. You need to be very careful, otherwise, yeah, you basically what you said. No, I just think multiple 0 points just makes a mockery of the story. It has, there'd be no, what's the word I'm trying to look for? There'd be no, like, risk. Just means there's 0 point. You can just the 7. Then obviously you get to the point where there was actually multiple 7s looking after multiple different 0 points. There's talk that we're getting a gaming legend season. That's the first I've heard that. I mean, we're getting like multiple games coming to Epic that they're gonna do collabs with. Fortnite needs to do a big lore explanation at some point, honestly. They got to fill in some gaps. No, we've got to really do that. They just need to make sure that they give us the potential to be able to do that. I know, you're always going to get wrong theories, aren't you, in any sort of lore thing, in any sort of game, any sort of IP, you're going to get that. There's no way around it. I do wonder if the 0 point has an army presence, so it theoretically exists across all. We have been talking about that because it is referred to as the gateway, or at least the vault was, wasn't it? So does it operate as a gateway and it exists in multiple realities, but only ever exists in like one actual space of the Omniverse? That's possible, but to be multiple 0, it's the same one, isn't it? I would say the 7 Ice King, possibly Midas from Chapter 6, and they all have clans from Chapter 4, Season 6. Chapter 4 and Chapter 6, perhaps. All of us together stand against the last reality at the end of Chapter 7, once and for all, in the second 0 hour. I mean, I can see that happening. There's got to be an end event, and it's going to focus around this guy. See, I feel like they had a chance to end the whole 0 point saga with it smashing apart and keeping the 0 point away from each other. You know, keep it in shards. I feel like that was the best thing for it. I said for years before. I said I feel like the 0 point can be destroyed because the only information we had that it wouldn't destroy reality or would destroy reality was from an untrustworthy narrator in the imagined order. If they are right, it will be the end. And obviously the 0 point did explode and it wasn't the end. Just smashed into shards. Or maybe you just can't really destroy a 0 point. You can keep it away from each other, and I think maybe smashing it into shards might not be a bad idea. What about the Power Rangers reality? Well, within the Power Rangers reality will exist a multiverse. We've already... this has been kind of explained in Fortnite. So in terms of Marvel, like the main continuity Marvel is reality 616, but within that reality will be derivative of multiverses, and the same with DC with their Earths. Oh, well, it's been fun, but I'm out of here. I hate this game. I hate this game. Fortnite, give me content. Joke, by the way, chat, joke. Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Whew. What a hassle to get away from there. Okay, we've got a shotgun. Oh my god, there's shockwaves everywhere. What the hell is this game? Oh, is this the disco one? I don't know. No. Right. Don't mind if I just use this thing, do you? Oh. What about the power? Yeah, I read that one. Yeah, it only physically exists in one area, but multiple appear, but each are the same one. Like, I'm sure the 0 point has powers beyond what we can comprehend, so incomprehensible stuff makes sense. Yeah, no. I could see that being somewhat of a thing. We were explaining it yesterday on stream. Okay, whatever. I wish I say stream. I don't even think I saw it was live. My bad. My bad. Right, well that's one thing taken care of. God, Nick A30 must be hating the amount of shockwaves that's back in the game. He must be absolutely hating. Yeah, just work on his aim. That would solve half his issues out. You notice how we can only hold 4. Because it's Dark Voyager! Don't worry, guys. Season's over, chap. It would be really cool if the Dark Voyager's goal is to control the 0 point and become super powerful. Oh! Fair enough. Oh, we can use that, I suppose. Thanks for the 15 likes, chat. Appreciate the support on the stream. Basically, President's plan, but a whole orb instead of just... Well, he can't do that because then the last reality would take him out. Whew. Well, we did all right there, chap. We did okay. I'll just say Geno's snapshot daughters could still be out there too. After all, he did replace the originals. Maybe they teased his return with them as villains like the Dark Voyager. I mean, there is a weird, you know, skin in the surveys that we all thought was the Imagine Corrupted, but it could be one of the, I guess, the sisters, the snapshot ones. Oh. You never know, chat. You never know. Medkits. Oh, did the cube just attack someone? But just pretend that didn't happen, chat. Do you imagine return as a new reformed altered variant, I hope? Alright, bad idea. Sorry, bro. My bad. What was the last good season that you played? I mean, this season's pretty good. I think it might be going on a bit too long, but it's had its up moments. I don't think he's happy with me, bro. I've got the love heart one. Let's go. Oh, what a cutie. Who's shooting me? Also, I said this in the Discord already, but I find it funny how the Dark Voyager refers to us as his plaything, but now he's firing lasers at us. Is us becoming our plaything? Huh? Fairs. What the hell? What was that? What did I hear there? Okay, there was a fire over here. Where did they go? Dago, where did you go? Okay, so whoever was there stopped fighting. We're now in the top 10. Top 10 situation, chat. Can anyone hear me? Oh. Oh, chat, what you say? What you saying, chat? It's the last reality. Does Dark Voyager have a Valentine? Why, you're asking for you? Okay, that was a bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Okay, who the hell are you? See, if Nick A30 had his way, I would have been dead there, chat. Okay, I might be dead anyway. gonna get zone, so I only hope. Medkits? Anyone? Anyone? Huh? Oh. I do. That's giving some mobility as well. See some white hills. Dark Harvester as a glider. That'd be kind of cool. Oh no, I still haven't got 7 rockets as a glider, so don't hold your breath. Oh, I just saw that last second. There's someone right above me, by the way. Okay, why are you still aiming at me, bro? Completely taking all my health away from me, by the way. So many missed glider opportunities, yeah. So many. Would be nice for a refresh, but I am on zone this side. Did not mean to do that. Oh, I've only got like limited mats left. Did not mean to do that either. I think I'm dead. Okay, we just let the guy with the vehicle get into zone. Well done, mate. Congratulations, mate. You've lost us both the game. You've lost us both the game because of your stupidity now. You didn't care about getting in the zone. You just... Idiot. Absolute idiot. Well, that's how it happens sometimes. What I would pay for the 0-hour key art as a loading screen? Is that still not a loading screen yet? Army Morphs, Columbos, Sprites, a small cactus devourer, a dog version of Cerberus. So many psychic ideas and they can do. Are they still not done here, no chat? Think how much money they can just make having like a green, blue, red, and orange sprite. I still feel like sprites should be like a Fortnite's version of Funko Pops. Like you could make sprites into like anything, but just add in like the smallest detail from other IPs, like they did with the Superman one. Honestly, how they don't take more advantage than that is beyond me, but never mind. You know what I mean? I don't know. Chat, thanks for the 18 likes. Glider ideas: Dark Harvester, 7 rockets, the Last Reality's Mothership, Battle Boss, Marvel Helicarrier. I think they do have that, don't they? Pterodactyl, Star Destroyer. We're saying that, but the big like Star Wars ones are like the most obnoxious gliders ever. So maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, chat, I'm just gonna go for a quick break. I'll be back in a second. I'll be back, chat.
keep running around like this.
Yo, I'm back, chat. How we doing, chat? Thanks for the 19 likes, one away from 20. Appreciate all the support. Can I gift you a skin? Not today. Not today. I don't tend to do that because then everyone wants one, and I don't have enough money for that. Unfortunately, I'll make shockwaves do fall damage, but then they're no. I haven't even seen any other of the conversation apart from just that one bit. No, that's impulses. But no, impulses with berry fizz actually wouldn't. But like, we have no need to change the shockwaves. The shockwaves are fine as they are. Well, they were anyway. That's... Only 800. Yeah, but I've got 24,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? If Inno Loop were the ones interfering with the store, making it different shapes, and does that imply that this Dark Voyager took over Inno Loop Labs? He's responsible for the Love Heart Storm. Yeah, he just loves us, really. No, well, maybe it has something to do with the, like, the, what do you call it, the thing underneath Inno Labs, not just, I mean, it probably has something to do with testing on the shards as well. But that would imply that the shards are making the storms and making the loop, which I did say in the beginning anyway, and people say, oh, but the loop's not a thing anymore, guys. Mr. J, you do know that, don't you? There's no loopers anymore. What's happening here? Kaboom! 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 Baldy literally says the loop is stable. Yeah, until this season I'm talking about. When I was like fighting for my life. Guys, the loop is still a thing. Talking about Inno Loop Labs or Lethal Labs. Does Chapter 7 have a loop bubble? Probably. See, you don't need a full 0 point as well to make a loop bubble, because we know that Chapter 4 didn't have a loop bubble because the 0 point was petrified and weak and it couldn't make the loop bubble. So one shard would be able to make a loop bubble if it's like had enough time to appropriate its surroundings. What the hell? Yeah, I know that. I'm not talking about this. See, I know that. Remember the days where I used to say, people used to come into chat and say, yeah, but how is that possible when there isn't a loop anymore? What happens now if the loop is unstable? Is it the same what happened in the Zero Crisis finale? No, that was a 0 point beyond stable. You're probably more going to look at maybe the Chapter 2 Season 2 event, the device event, when that was deliberately messing up the storm, which is kind of what's happening here. Zero Crisis is they kept leaving pure portals open. That was tearing apart the 0 point and the fabric of reality. It was all causing, yeah, some stuff to happen. Our screen went glitchy? Ah, it's probably the nothing, bro. The nothing's taken over my computer. I thought this was the blue health. Damn it. Where is he? Well done for not presuming that I was going to run away. Now, will I continue? How's the storm messed up, but the loop is stable? No, sorry. What I was... Okay, I didn't kind of finish my sentence. Obviously, the device event was to try and push the storm back, which is subsequently changing the storm, and the storm reacted aggressively. Whatever's happening here, that isn't happening, because it's been learnt. So when they're messing up the storm, it's not really actually messing up the storm. What I'm saying is, the device event better correlates with what's happening now, because it's the same thing. Zero Crisis is the 0 point beyond stable. That's what I meant to say, if that makes any sense. Even though I'm not saying the storm doesn't stable now, but I'm just saying the device was meant to push the storm back, not Zero Crisis was the 0 point be unstable, not the storm. But yes, them two things could correlate together. Yo, buddy!
A Bleach Bonnie official donated £1 through Super Chat.
Does anyone want a sniper? Hey, what's up? Just going to donate some money to show my support. Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate it. Take care, Jay. Hope you're well, buddy. I hope all is well. I mean, what? No one has to give any money when they come into chat, Leon. I know Leon's only joking, but, you know, just in case everyone thinks he isn't joking. £1, it's for a good cause. Okay, you can, if you want to look at it like that, you can do. Okay, I want to go to that house. Oh, I didn't hit it properly. Oh, I actually hit it to push me. Wait, what's that? Bro wants to do challenges. I'm not going to stop someone doing challenges. Which I probably should be doing as well, but I'm just an idiot. Honestly, I prefer calling the Dark Presence. What? Demon Master? That was the other guy. That was... Oh, the Dark Presence. Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking the Dark Voyager. Yeah, no, that works. As Hope called her, like how I called a prisoner the Fire King. For those were meant. be temporary names. I mean, the Fire King is called a Fire King because of the Ice King and the whole elemental theory. Like, the other guys and these things would probably be in control of elements like Ice King, Prisoner, Fire. And he was near a campfire, so that also, you know, sort of supports the theory, and that's where it comes from. I don't think so, because I think there is. I think that the point was they know about the vault being back, so that they want to probably put the 0 point there. But the Dark Voyager's got it here at the moment. I don't donate. Use his code. Leon, you always say that you don't use code, Mr. Joyce. Okay, one. Yeah, exactly. 4. Actually, why is classified cannons 4 but not... Okay, there's only 5. I was about to say classified cannons 7. Wait, which would imply there is actually something else underneath classified cannons, no? Wait a minute. Is he already NPC yet? No. So isn't there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's 5 tunnels. So why is there a 7? Where's 6? Six, 7. I'm having a serious conversation here. Sometimes I just get really bored and I just, you know, I just want to fight someone. And that was one of them moments where I just like, I don't think about the actual fight. I just go, oh, I'll be alright. And then I'm not, because I'm eliminated. I was level 300. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, chap. I'm getting there. How we doing, chat? How's it going? Have you seen my simulation theory? I don't think so, bro. What's the simulation theory? Everything in life is fake. And Fortnite is your way out. You just have to work it out, bro. Because I'm actually off this week, so it's awesome. Ah! Oh, I've got to go to work tomorrow. Chat, thanks for the 20 likes, by the way. Appreciate the support on the stream. It's all good. It's all good. Are we enjoying the streams lately? I mean, I always enjoy the stream. You know, I feel like, you know, I didn't have a little break. I feel like I've just, you know, I've been busy, so I've had time to stream a lot. And, well, you know, back-to-back streams. What can I say? I thought that was a mini on top of the... Bendy collab when? Oh, did not mean to do that. Boom. Go back to the loop with you. Remember when we thought this was going to be a moving train? Why is this not? Why do limbs no longer show up on the bottom? What? Damn, maybe our HUD's different. Oh my god, why can't I just... Oh, gold AR, don't mind if I do. Let's take this half pot. This is the title, The Golden Path. Why Fortnite Simulation isn't exactly what you think it is. Corrected. I don't think I have. It no longer says eliminated play, I think. Well, let's go find out. Wait, is this the butter barn? Nah, some fake. Some cheese place. Okay, we take the minis. We take the minis. Okay, I heard some shooting around these parts, so would you like to reveal yourself? Jay, why are you using those? Using the power of the Hummoon to destroy local businesses. I'm sorry. I can't sing, so I need to use other means to get the power of the Hummoon. I rap instead. I feel it wasn't that Big Bang created lots of realities and that Shards went to, and the Chapter 5 was a different one for where Jones landed, and meant Hope. It had a lot of different pre-established histories and rules. Ah, no, that doesn't apply to Chapter 7 because of the golf course. At least to that. I feel like that's deliberately put in there to say that this... How did that... What happened to that? The Hummoon has betrayed me. Oh. How many mats have I got left? 67 bricks. That's not good. And 164 metal. What? That's a gold AR! Fair enough. No, because the golf course in this map says that it was established in 2017. So the island predates the... Which would make no sense, because obviously the Big Bang shattered everything, so... Maybe we shouldn't take that... too hard, but I feel like... I don't know, I feel like it's meant to be implying something. Maybe not, I don't know. No, I have not. Is it in the have you recently posted it in the communities? Because you know I don't really look at that until Sunday or whenever I record it. I know I was a bit late this week. Chat, if you want to enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like button. Appreciate everyone in the stream. How many? 17 of you in the stream. Thank you for everyone being here. There's a golf course being built on the Gold Coast. Yeah, there's literally, but we definitely talked about this. You want me to post it now? How would I have seen your? Oh, well, unless you post on Reddit, of course. Probably time that. I don't know. Depends how close you want to be to the start of the video. Saw a theory that connected Valeria and the Aegis after all both had an interest and knowledge of power. And after all, did the sisters have a mother? I find flaws in it, but it would be interesting. What, that Valeria's their mother? I didn't hope would be their aunt. I feel like because they've got like, what is happening with that guy over there? Oh, okay. So essentially, what I was about to say was about obviously the whole connection with Hope and Valere with the Greek gods and the Paphian, and I think Paphians are high up in the hierarchy of Fortnite's sort of top tier individuals, like the Nothing and obviously the Paphian and Triarchs and stuff, and obviously maybe some, you know, the Genodes around there somewhere, and Genodes obviously must be connected somewhere before the Imagined Order. So there could be something there. With Classified Canyon being theorized to be the facility belonging to the Imagined Order dedicated to studying the lost reality, who says DIO didn't learn to use cubes or the technology to their own benefit? I mean, no, that's already pre-established with... There was a cube in the imposter game mode, and obviously when we were flipping the island, we saw a cube there. And then it's also obviously implied in... Well, not implied, we did see it, that Batman and the team trying to get down to the Imagined Order base ran into golems protecting the base who were controlled by dark energy, similar to that of cube energy. So it's definitely implied. Oh, I've got the Neo tilted. Whoa!
Well done. Firearmor's Rift Tech is back online. Thank you. I'll be in touch. Until then, stay safe.
Thank you! We didn't even get to see a rift out. That's why I hate doing challenges. And did Jenna have all the power even when he knew the cubes about? What are you chatting about? What are you yapping about? Well, can you give me a slight summary? I've got a war gun as a pickaxe. Geno's Anthem. That's a Cube King's Anthem. What are you chatting about? Have I woken up in an alternative reality myself? Yeah, Visitor is actually one big Mandela effect. Wait, I was a member of the Seven, and we all got chromed. What happened, man? See him right now, a member of the Seven, and it hasn't been easy. Let me tell you, his progression, King of the Cubes. He didn't realize the cubes devour. He got away, but there was no use. The IO had it cornered and he suffered an abuse. Where am I being shot from? Oh my god, these shockwaves are trash. Am I going to Geno's? What? Are you joking me? How dare you eat ramen in front of me? How do you feel about the possibility of connections between the Dark Voyager and Geno? Would it be far-fetched to say his involvement, in your opinion? Because Geno is the last reality. I feel like you're jumping over a few hoops now. I mean, there is long-running theories that Geno is somewhat in like a loop to become the Nothing, and he is actually like what was that film where that happens and he ends up finding out that he's actually the evil guy and he's like, oh, my bad. But what are we talking about? Chat, are you winding me up? I'm getting so confused. No, I'm not against the whole Geno thing, you know, but the Anthem is the origin. What are we talking about? It's not far-fetched to say that Geno would work with the Nothing to benefit from his gifts. This is the same conversation we were having yesterday about... Was it actually about Geno? I can't remember who we were having a conversation about, but it seems like that would completely go against everything he said during his apparent death, where he was like, well, it's your turn now and you got to prevent this. Obviously, it seems like Geno, what he was doing in his eyes was, you know, trying to prevent the last reality from getting their hands on the 0 point, and he felt like his way was the best way. Which actually, that's how we got into that conversation yesterday, because obviously of the last reality's message and the simulation stuff and the protocols. Because if you think about it, the Dark Presence was the last reality, but he got a little bit too comfortable, so they had to send their own things to try and nullify the protocol. Which was either the cubes or the last reality, showing hope, memories, visions to try and get them to sort out the Dark Presence. But you can look at that the same way how the last reality saw Geno. What happened to Geno? The Seven came in, the Seven got rid of the imagined order and left the 0 point free, and then the last reality took the Chrome to get rid of them. And then obviously didn't quite get the 0 point after that. Maybe they would have gone into phase 2 and they had grabbed the 0 point. But obviously they see this now as the opportunity to go into phase 2. But anyway, about the point about Geno, it kind of just break up the whole thing why he did, you know, that whole message he gave us. I can see him before that now, obviously working with the last reality at some point to try and get him in that place. But not again. I still think there is some meaning behind it. I get what you're saying. I was about to mention that as well. I feel like there could have been a slight form of manipulation, but I feel like most of it was honest. But maybe it won't. Maybe we will find out that he wasn't honest at all in that. But otherwise, it leaves Geno quite a flat character then. We know nothing about Geno. Apart from obviously how he treated his daughters, apparently, but yeah, but then I've got to read it for the thingy video. That's what I'm saying. I'll say the Chrome appearing right after Jello said, "Without me, you are doomed," is a little too convenient, as he wanted to prove something. No. If you... What's happened here with the Dark Presence and the whole protocol thing, Nay got the Dark Presence was the last reality, but he got a bit too big for his boots and he had to be nullified. They did that with the Red Cube. If you read the same thing correlates with Geno. Now, Geno had the 0 point, and they wanted to test how do we get the 0 point, how do we do this. The 7 somehow came about. If it correlates, we were talking about this yesterday. What the rift in chapter 1 season 4 and in chapter OG season 4, same thing happened. The visitor and the visitor reality unknown left a big sideways rift in the sky, allowing a cube to come down. That effectively almost got the last reality to do their phase 1 pretty quickly, but it didn't happen. So and there's the 0 points collapsing. What do we do? The Foundation comes, creates a spire, which then allows Raz to call the last reality again and break it up, which didn't happen because the Imagined Order actually end up beating the the 7 end up beating the Imagined Order, which left the 0 point eventually exposed during chapter 3, and then the Imagined Order was getting confused with one fact. The last reality was like, well, now the 7 think they can control the 0 point. We need to now get rid of them. So I feel like the 7 was a protocol. If you read it, if you think, okay, what was the last reality? The last reality has always been watching. So you got to presume what they were doing there. And for me, it feels like Jenna may have somehow got in there by maybe using the last reality, but once he was in, he was trying to prevent the last reality from doing anything else. The Dark Voyage's entire new role in the story is just an odd one. I remember the last reality rebuilding the 0 point is odd. And that's if you think the last reality wants to destroy the Omniverse, which has always been a bit of a weird narrative to try and uphold. Because it's like, what would be the point? I feel like the last reality wants to do a bit more than destroy, the Cube Queen did say as much, but I feel like there's a little bit more to the last reality. There's got to be more substance than just wanting to destroy everything. And maybe there is. And definitely with their whole phase 1, phase 2, there's definitely a lot more to the last reality than just wanting to destroy the realities. They get bored sometimes. I presume they want to destroy a couple, but it seems like they have a bit more substance in the 0 point. So it's not completely crazy that they want to put the 0 point together. Which would argue that why Geno wanted to hit it with the collider. Like maybe Geno had another idea with it, which can't, even though that would have been crazy to do, maybe he wanted to restart everything, which I think was the idea. So it gave him more of a space between the last reality, but the 7 were, a little bit quick. Also, at the end of the remix, the final, we'll go through the last reality mine. I just think that's reuse assets to look at, like, traveling through the Omniverse. I don't think that's the case, no, but maybe. So perhaps they used it to get an idea of what Hope and Jones were doing. Maybe, I guess. Ariana Grande is the last reality member, though. I feel like I used to always think that until I looked at it through a different point of view, where I was like, oh, she was just making sure to guide us safely back to the loop. If you re-watch it again, and I feel like she just happened to be there, and then she, watch it again. If you ever get a chance to watch it again and try and see it through that point of view, and I feel like, she made sure that we got back home. So maybe she did work for the last reality, but she still had some, she cared. Anarchist, how's it going? Also, don't forget the Shapeless Man. He imagined a world of perfect order. Was obvious. Oh no, he had supernatural powers. I believe he wants to show us more than Jedino. Even his appearance in Collision was interesting. Had the same color brace like the Season Last Reality members. Yeah, but that just makes Geno... Geno doesn't need to be that character. Why does Geno need to be that guy? I get what you're saying, but I feel like that was to like, because Imagine a World of Perfect Order, yes, fits Geno quite well, but I feel like there was other stuff that season that just doesn't really fit Geno. Makes more sense to be the Nothing, and I think the Nothing wants, you know, if you listen to what the Nothing was saying in Vibin, Paradise, and some members of the Last Reality, you know, they want their sort of perfect order as well. They want their reality. They want their 0 point. They want their stuff. But yeah, no, the whole perfect order thing, maybe, I don't know. But then, what correlates afterwards? It's the Oathbound. Yeah, it makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like until anything happens in that department, I feel like it's so, like, what do you call it? It's like decompartmentalized from the whole rest of the story. That sort of Shapeless Man arc. I feel like not Stellan. Kato Thorn makes a little bit more sense with the whole rest of the story and where we are now. Than Shapeless Man is really like, I don't know. I need more context. I mean, we saw Geno when he was deforming in the comics, and he wasn't drawn like that. And we saw the reality he went to, like some sort of pocket dimension. I'll say personally, I believe 0 Hour would have been more impactful if it was against a villain like Geno of the Last Reality. It was against the Last Reality. Well, I think based on what we know, it was leaning towards Geno with that direct statement. And well, that's what everyone said about the Dark Presence. It was leaning towards Geno because of some of the things he said. But it wasn't. It was the Last Reality. And I would say even with that line, I feel like with his whole talk about stars and entering dreams and stuff like that, that sounds a bit more of a Raz thing, and that was obviously the Last Reality. Of course, 3 phases, but went missing mid phase 3, and gave him like Ultron in phase 3 into the Thanos. Yeah, but it's too early for Geno. Why would Geno just appearing then would have been like, obviously, okay, I know everyone wants to say, but oh, the visitor turn up would have been weird. Geno appearing as that would have been really weird. And obviously we had Tryout Nox around at that time. Oh no, your argument is saying that Geno is the Last Reality, so that doesn't really nullify what you're saying. I just think with everything that Geno did, it just makes no sense for him to be the last. It doesn't make sense for him to fit as that characteristic. He needs to be something different. He needs to be like an anti-hero rather than just somewhat being a pawn for the Last Reality. I just think it's really weird. But you know, I can't. Look, I make a thing I'm not doing that. I can't do that. Well, we know Zero War had miscommunication between writers. Yeah, but that's what Donald Mustard. He drew some of that. I just feel like, well, I've seen what Genesis has done with Jenna, and they kind of made him the main antagonist, which I guess works. But I'm just like, for where we are, I just feel like what we've seen in Jenna, there's actually some like redeemable qualities. I don't know. Wouldn't the more accurate source be the actual game? That wasn't the idea at the time, though, with Donald Mustard. He didn't want he wanted it to be cross-media, cross-platform. So that doesn't really apply. Jenna doesn't have to be porn for the last reality. Well, yeah, but I'm just surmising he's either a pawn or he is somehow the nothing. That's what I'm saying. The Ice King event is on Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. I can't count. It's like 3 days and 18 hours. The comics has the season 9 Q Cradle team leader. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, but that doesn't destroy the plot. Yeah, but there is story and lore within the comics that you can't ignore. But I feel like, yes, the colour team leader being the wrong colour, or the cat is being completely drawn incorrectly. I don't think they should be completely right off the entirety of the comic. But what I'm saying is, Jeddo wasn't drawn as being, which you can argue the point. Yeah, they might not have time to draw him as being a big purple goo or whatever he was meant to be, but they drew him as red particles disintegrating rather than whatever that was meant to be. I mean, would you consider Jenna a hive mind if you take my theory seriously? Wait, what? What's the event happening in BR soon? This is the Ice King event will be an OG. BR, no. Yeah, there is some talk about an event, but I don't think it's nailed down at the moment. Imagine's character in the comics was massacred, no. State of death, life side. Traitor. Yeah, I mean, but that still don't mean you have to dismiss it. Okay, one big thing within the games and in trailers, one of the biggest issues is everyone presuming the scientist died, even though there is a voice line from Chapter 3, Season 3 that everyone ignores because of the trailer. But every time I say, no, the trailer has to convey what's happened in between the seasons to draw on. So that's why the scientist doesn't actually go missing at that point. He's already gone, where we hear the voice tape in Vibing. That's already happened. But how many times I have to no, that happened afterwards. I'm like, yeah, no, but it's an amalgamation of this what's happening. But no, I do get your point. Collision Jenna reveal was the Jenna reveal. So you're dismissing the comic. See, that wasn't the idea of what Donald Mustard was doing at the time. The game's lore was meant to be cross-platform. It was meant to be the story was not meant to be told in one format. It was very much meant to be told. So you would ignore stuff like. I mean, that's how we found out about how Joe treated his sister, his daughters. Why would you ignore that? No, I'm just saying it's an amalgamation. I'm not ignoring both things, but to take him as either being particleized in like res particles, or him to be purple, like it's hard to to go either way. That's what I'm saying. I'm not dismissing it either. That's why I brought it up as a point to be that you have to amalgamate that information. That's what I'm saying. Jenna was defeated in 2 pages. I don't like the comments, but I don't dismiss them, to be honest. Like all the Jonesy backstory and the Ice Moon stuff. Welcome back. Oh yeah. So what I'm trying. We're going over like 8 years of story. It's kind of discombobulating me. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is an amalgamation. So I understand what you're saying by saying like he has in that event he has characteristics of the last reality, but that is not shown in the comics. And I'm not going to dismiss either one of them, but then I have to have an amalgamation in my head. And if they had a point towards that we just haven't seen anything either for me to really go hard on the last reality thing. Geno talked how his Aegis champion is, which explains Geno's Oathbound story, and obviously with Thorn Stellan, and obviously you go with the whole Shapeless Man arc to saying that is, why he doesn't want him to work out who the Shapeless Man is. I understand the whole thing, but there was so many things in that correlation that didn't kind of sit right with me for it completely being Geno. But I think that's the point. The point of that character is to keep asking Geno or the Nothing. And I think they play on it so often, I think even they get discombobulated between the two characters. But is that deliberate because they are the same character and somehow Geno does become the Nothing eventually? Or are they so discombobulated in trying to like keep both characters being teased, even with the Dark Presence? I think that was deliberate as well, to make it seem like, oh, could this be the Nothing? Could this be Geno, because of some of the, I know Restro kept hard selling the eye and some other things he said, which I agree that it does sound quite Geno coded. But I think that's the point. It turned out to be a pawn for the last reality. But I feel like that's the point. It's meant to always make you is it Nothing or Geno? So I think they do this, and I think, because we used to talk about the whole perfect order line that the Shapeless Man says. But there is some lines that the Nothing says and Last Reality says that makes you think that they want their own perfect order, and that's maybe one of the massive sort of what a character the drive of a character. Now the Last Reality, the Imagined Order, and the Seven, they all want their perfect order. That's the drive for every character, and they need the 0 point in order to achieve that. I wish I was recording that, because that was some good stuff I've just said there. But you know what I mean? Like it's meant to be. It's meant to sort of tease both characters, so you constantly drawn into this. It will they, won't they sort of thing. I definitely think there's Geno and the Nothing involvement, and that's the entire point in bringing up the canon. Why would they bring a POY with such significance if they don't want you to think harder? Okay, that's a different approach. I'm just mean about you thinking they're the same character because of certain things. I'm not dismissing that. I'm just, look, I have to think of my theories all the time, and I have to like try and like almost break them in order to like support them. How many times you must come up with a theory and you don't want it to fall at the first hurdle? You know what I mean? There's nothing more than trying to build a whole theory on something, and then someone goes, well, that can't happen because of that. Oh no, see, you bring up another point, Prime. The Nothing is secretly just voiced by Seth MacFarlane. Even though that is a lie, that brings up another point. The Nothing is voiced by Damien Has, who is who's part of Smash. Is he part of Smash? Yeah, part of the group, and he does loads of voice work around the thing. But what he's also voiced is, even though they didn't have voice lines that season, they do the whoa, the grunts for the NPCs. He does the Nothing and the Aegis Champion. So effectively, the same voice actor for the Nothing is the same voice actor for a Geno Snapshot, which is kind of funny. And so he's dead. And I'm not saying that obviously, but it's kind of funny that it gets brought up again to like, oh, you know, if they ever do it one day, Geno and effectively the Nothing has the same voice actor. But that can happen anyway, and it doesn't mean they're the same character. I just think it's another funny thing to add to the whole mystery of why people jump to that conclusion, or go to that conclusion and say, there's something weird about Geno and the Nothing. See, even Geno's name, actually, I'm looking at it here. Geno, Generator, Genesis, like he's like something important because of his name. I still think he's got something to do with. He's somewhere like I'm not saying he's a god, but I always think there's like a hierarchy in Fortnite. So you got the 0 point, you got the Nothing, you got the Greek gods. I think they're quite kind of high up, but they're not the Nothing. The Paphian essentially, and that's why you have this. We were talking about it earlier. I don't know when you came into this conversation, but Valere and Hope. And they're part of the Paphian. So I think at some stage, it's somehow going to work in. Even like the Ice King and the Prisoner, like we don't really know the Ice King's real name. I still think they're building this sort of, not family tree, but a hierarchy of like Fortnite archangels or Greek gods or Norse gods who are sort of interconnected and whatever. And I think that all started, or at least they tried to get onto this narrative through the Chapter 5 storyline with Hope and Valere and Pandora's Box. And eventually we'll get back to it. Oh, I'm not going to argue that it doesn't make sense. I'm arguing, I'm trying to like not ever go too hard on something, because yes, what I'm saying, it does work. The whole thing about Aegis being like Dominion Dusk and the light and stuff like that, it makes him seem like he's like almost like a yin and yang personality, it's only surface level. It's only stuff I can remember because I've looked at this before. It's there's levels to it, but no, it does make sense, but. There's a lot of things in the Fortnite storyline that can make a lot of sense and then just fall apart at the first hurdle. Like the Visitor coming back, and it turns out, well, it's not. It's an alternate. It can just fall apart like that and it's gone. The Triox and, the Nox is obviously very important. I think with the whole TV element with the Nothing as well is kind of connected in some way to how the I think Triot Nox was meant to be a little bit more connected to the Nothing, but then they must have changed some things because the static effect when he opens chest, he seems to have the same sort of white, sort of black lightning effect that happens. He talks about him being the dot in between the light or something, which sounds, I don't know, there's a lot of like things that just make me think there's like something a lot more to it. But I also think that I don't think that at the moment, maybe, I don't think Geno and the Nothing are that important at the moment. I know at the moment we need to like focus on the Dark Voyager and what the reality unknown is. But maybe it is important because of the whole unknown stuff. Not Peter. Optimus Prime. I mean, yeah, that is. But he goes, you need to brave the unknown, and the nothing says you need to give yourself to the unknown, and there's whole and that. So it is maybe a little bit more relevant than I might want to give it credit for. But I'm like, I feel like you don't want to ever, as a theorist, completely go too far away from what's believable currently, or you're going to lose people in conversation. See, it's like, I feel like, we were talking about this the other week, I feel like Lexa and Owen are weird characters, because apparently they're Prince and Princess of the Oathbound. And if you look all at their battlings, their pickaxes, and then you look at the Cube Cradle, you look at some other things, you look at the Aegis, and you look at Geno, and it's like, hold on, where did these guys fit in? I mean, they're like weird. I don't want to say, like, does Geno have any more kids that he hasn't told anyone about? But, like, sometimes I do think that. I'm like, but if they're Prince and Princess of the Oathbound, how are we meant to, how does that work? Yes, Alexa, not Orin, whatever his name is. Did I say the origin? I meant Orin, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, are they his daughters or his cousins, or are they something? I still get that same vibe from Hope and Valaire sometimes because of the connections of the Paphian and the Greek gods. And I'm like, you know, Geno might not be a Greek god, or he might be a Norse god. I mean, you know, the Aegis' armor kind of looks a bit Norse. It's I don't know. See, I feel like at the moment what we're focused on in story, and that's just it's a bit tinfoil hat theories. Which you just end up losing people on that I don't really like to discuss. It's just a bit. Geno got busy? Okay, bro. Life of my... Exactly, but, you know. I don't know where to place them characters otherwise. Like, Geno must have an origin what far outweighs the the Oathbound. My problem with the story is, honestly, it feels like we've been... Okay. Forever constantly waiting to get the... Okay. Crazy way of putting it, but no, I get what you're saying. That's what I mean with the whole nothing in Geno being teased with other characters... Because that's what people, you know, that's what gets people going, you know? That's the whole Dark Presence, the Shapeless Man thing. I still think the Shapeless Man was actually, it was meant to be Kato Thorn. But that doesn't kind of work sometimes as well, but I think that was meant to be the case. Oh, Wild, Last Reality, Brutal 7, yeah. Wait, he's got two faces? I only just realised that. Wild's hate is so forced. No, I like that inside. I like that season. Chat, thanks for the 22 likes. See, we lost most of our viewers having that ramble about storyline because it's no one cares to think further than their nose, which is fair. Why would you? See, there's another interesting guy. Like, who's this guy's father? He made the mothership and probably the wait, where was the cradle? Oh, it's here. Dark Harvester. He probably made the cube cradle as well. Living off his father's wealth. Origin? You think the Origin's the father? I mean, actually, that would kind of work, I suppose. Because it's nice to not always have something like that turn out to be a new character. Oh yeah, no, Egyptian mythology, I feel like, is kind of relevant to some bits and pieces. I had this. It's a bit tinfoil hat, but the whole Herald and her burning ember style. If you look at her eyes, and I'm like, this probably wasn't intentional, but the whole thing, burning embers and being a phoenix, is kind of more Greek and maybe Norse mythology, not so much Egyptian. But if you look at the Herald's burning ember set, it kind of looks like the eye of like Ra, like looks like an Horus, which makes sense with her eyes going white, which in like talk of beings like that. God, what do you call them? Like white eyes are seen as being God, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know, it will come back to me in a minute. I'm kind of lored out at the moment. I've talked too much about lore. Night server, how's it going? No, that's not what I'm saying. It's like godlike, archangel type. What's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know. Divine, that's it. Like divine characters, which, yeah, I feel like some mythologies talk about that. I think Egyptian is one. Say my V-Bucks to the order. Nice. What the hell? Imagined not knowing her past in game, yet in the comics. Okay, I had a thing for this. Oh, what was it? Because I ended up working out that actually it made logical sense for her to know. The question wasn't knowing a past; it was more. Damn it. No, wait. Okay, I thought I must have put down my shotgun. Would you just eliminate me or just push, please? Okay, you wait till... fair play. What's cooking up? What was what cooking up? Oh, what was... There was a bit of dialogue with the whole they forgot who they were thing. But we either presumed that it was everything or it was select memories. I don't know what it was, but maybe I'll remember it at some point. But I definitely ended up coming to the conclusion that it wasn't as crazy afterwards. I don't know, Prime. Everybody is 0 hour 2 after beating the entire last reality until suddenly Jenna Ryers with Pandora's box, a 0 shard, and all the Ice Moon weapons. Oh yeah, but Doom got most of them and he went, didn't he? William, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. Yeah, it's not... So I don't know what's going on about that date. That The map's meant to leave. Collabs have reason to be added. What was Doomslay's reason? I think that's one way of looking at it. I don't think there needs to be a reason for collabs to be added. I think Omniverse of characters, like. I mean, it's nice if it's like a season. It's like based on like specific things, and then obviously collabs match it. But like, I don't think it's that important. If they're heroes and they need to save the Omniverse for whatever reason, and anyone could work. No. Chat, I think it's 23 likes. What's my favourite season? I mean, Cube watching Chapter 2 Season 8 was pretty good. Chapter 6 Season 1 was pretty good. I've enjoyed most things about most seasons. I don't... I know most people always have one season they really hate, but I've managed to find enjoyment in most seasons. Hello? What was happening there? Oh, minis. What's your favourite season? Chat, thanks for 23 likes. What songs do I like? I like a bit of rock, a bit of pop. Listen to Linkin Park quite a bit. Anything that sounds sort of similar to that. Morrissey I listen to. I don't really like to define myself by genre. I find myself listening to most musics. Hip hop. Chapter 6 had demons and they didn't add Doom, Dark Ages. Yeah, but think of all the things they did add, which was demon related. No Devil May Cry though. See, Dark Present as a skin if they do. Oh yeah, yeah, that makes the most sense. I did say that when someone said, "Oh, it wouldn't work with the arms." I went, "You sure? Just do that." Trust, we probably won't. Oh wait, there is like a secret skin coming out tomorrow, isn't there? Which no one can tell what it is. Imagine it's the Dark Presence. Crazy chat. Anyway, code Mr. Joy in a Fortnite item shop if you do buy whatever this skin turns out to be. I'll just ignore them. I mean, they could be a little bit smaller for the skin. Some like changes. You know, values of life changes ain't an issue. Now, why do we never get Galactus? Is always one that. I mean, that's the argument that Galactus can't be snapshot. What do you mean he can't? Why do you think he can't be snapshotted? God. Most likely the Ice King, yes, Galactus has been 5 years and had a model like Thanos for the event. Just shrink the guy. Well, I guess you can just assume that Galactus never went into the loop, so didn't get snapshot. I mean, he doesn't get a skin in the game. Well, the same would be said for the Dark Presence, so rip. I'm not sure about that. I thought it was more like a... He does have multi... I mean... I don't know. Where the cuddle... Max Godzilla... Yeah, to argue if it's anything lore reason, I guess the only ones is presume that it was never in the loop. So never... But then we got... Wouldn't the Cube Queen apply? I don't know. Exclamation mark epic in chat, but I'm not playing with anyone. Chat, if you do buy anything at Fortnite Item Shop, consider using credit code Mr. Joy at Fortnite Item Shop, mrjayowhy. Thank you to anyone using my code. Do appreciate it. Oh, okay. Man, at the end of the day, it could just be licensing issues with Marvel. What? Most skins the game. I don't know if that's the case. Don't think that's the case. You're the GOAT. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, chat. Well, it could be similar things to the lightsabers as pickaxe. Yeah, but why Galactus as a skin? Well, it's probably as a. There might be a reason, I guess. I don't know. I don't know yet. So I'll chill on. Yeah, I am eventually gonna buy a genie. Question nobody asking except Hope, apparently. Who piloted the mech in 0 Hour? The other 7. Yeah, but we were presuming the other 7 to be dead, so that makes no sense. I don't know. Sorry, if we're... Yeah, well... Alright, someone said it was destroyed, so we should presume it's destroyed, but I'm pretty sure we saw a hand in Paradise in Chapter 4, so you could have probably rebuilt it at some point. Ethan, how's it going? Well, no, Paradigm said she's the only one that could pilot it to do what needed to be done there, but I don't know. I feel like kicking the ball's quite... You know, you got to hit that shot well, so yeah, the same would apply to this. It could be this other 7, and obviously everything from OG. But then there was no saying that was an alternative reality. With this whole visitor thing, it does crack open a few things annoyingly. You know what I mean, chat? We still don't know who she is. I often find myself asking, I don't know who I am. Who am I, chat? What is my purpose? Is it to end the trail across the void? Alternate version of Paradigm? The singularity! Wait, what? Didn't even make anything. Someone come in here and stolen stuff. Oh, time to take a little trip over to the farm. Messy pie to the mech. Yeah, that makes sense with the whole kick the ball. You could be on something then. You could be on something. Chat, what do you reckon? Messi? Ronaldo? Maybe Ronaldo. Oh no, Ronaldo. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, so it's about my phone. What? What about Harry Kane? Hey, I'm a Spurs fan. Oh, well. What happened to you yesterday, bro? Bro, it's so... What's up with the weather, man? Full reality. Oh, imagine the skins tomorrow is Ronaldo. What do you reckon, chat? Okay, we're gonna put down deposit 10 or 8. Same. Oh wait, we can't do that. Oh wait, we can do that and then deposit 7. All right, and then deposit. Yeah. Okay, so I need to go to the 2D. Where's the grain mill? Wait, what am I looking for? It's been a while since I played this game, alright? Oh, this is another one of them things that somehow someone's just ripped up and removed, and I'm like scratching my head, where the hell is it? Oh wait, no, it's round and back in it. There we go. Well, we don't want to change all of them because we want to change breeding state, so get that going. If you can win a game of OG, I will donate 500. Bro, I'm not playing OG anymore. I'm playing Lego. Yeah, probably gonna need to just chill out for about 10 seconds. So we can change that to flour. I've got a load of rough amber, by the way, again. Traveling to the 24 likes. I'm finally about to blow, so one last question. If you were given a reality bending wish related to the law, which would you prefer? Knowing all the answers or ability to rewrite as you wish? Rewrite as you wish. No, wouldn't that'd be a better one, wouldn't it not? The rest of those in here. Where's the oven? Oh. Oh, I want a fruit pie. For anyone. And that will do. I wish I could direct chapter 2 OG. Got so many good ideas. But that'd be kind of cool. That'd be pretty cool. Right. Okay, so yeah, these keep giving me drinks. Oh wait, no, that's poo can stay in there for now. Obviously, the milk. That's what we need more of. Which it should now give. And now, unfortunately, because they now start dropping potions, we don't get a lot of milk from the barns. Which I don't know if I like. Okay, because I want to go eventually to the hot caves, so I need a load of ice creams. I think that's how you're making it. Yeah. Oh, still got 2 milk in there. And 1 chili. Right. Chillberry. I keep saying chili. Because you're cold, so you think of chili, so. And I would give the agency the gold accent, like in the trailer. I would make the other agency, you know the other agency we keep seeing? That's the alternate reality 7. That's what they control. Oh, I've worked it out, chat. I never liked Chapter 2 Season 2. What? What just happened there? I just discovered a new glitch. Okay, maybe I'm just tripping. I feel like I got a boost of the cow. No. Oh, I must have swung around the cow. Okay, what if I feed them? No. No. Right. Don't mind me. I thought the other agency would be where the Citadel was in Chapter 4 because the mini island shape was similar to both. I see where you were going with that. My first season I started was Primal. Primal was such a good season. How many trees have we got? I know we were low on these, weren't we? I haven't finished my beach house. I know that. We're probably going to leave that now. We're probably going to do a few bits here. Primal? Yeah. Great season. Back to the mill. Season would have been better if it was shorter. Wasn't it? Was it a long season? I was going to cook these when I'm home. Cool. And then go back here. What do you want to do? The rest of them will just regrow, won't they? I think. Jay, it lasted from March to June. March, June, July. That's not a long season. Maybe back in the day it was. I don't know. I only gave me 2. Whoa, stop pooing everywhere. Meatloaf. I blame Cypher PK for the force. Bro, leave Cypher alone, yeah? Okay, here we go, dropping the, planting the wheat again in the farm. Oh, that didn't work for some reason. What did I do now? What did I do? What did I say? I still see OG 2023 and Remix as the Season 11, Season 9 we never got. Fair enough. Interesting way of looking at it, though. I can't argue it. Or can I? Oh, I forgot to do... Oh, wait. We got corn. Still waiting for Chapter 3, Season 5. What was Season 4? Fracture. So how would that have worked so it wouldn't get fracture? The chrome would have flipped over the iron and broke the iron in two and would have got half and half. Was that not a theory at the time going around or something? Only half the iron will flip back. Oh, we can't. Can we do any new soil? Because obviously I want more corn. Do I see some pumpkin seeds laying around? I feel like we've got no pumpkins. Need some pumpkins. Okay, we can actually get one out of this. Season 1 flip, Season 2 resistance, Season 3 fiber, and Season 4 oathbound, Oh, actually you stop connecting this. That's never happened. You still got to make it lore-wise happen, so you completely forgetting about Paradise and moving it. I mean, in the sense that you had to include Paradise as that Season 4, no? Oh. You just get rid of Paradise and you completely like flipping the script. I get what you're saying. I get why you're doing it. What? Oh no, I messed up. Oh no. Can't even plant. What are these called? I don't even know what these called. What are they? What are they? I don't know. Okay, after I've done this, then, mate, we've got so much corn. And then we turn 10 back into seeds, and then that should give us the same amount again. Wait, how many seeds do you get out of one corn when you put it through the grand mill, or whatever it's called? If chapter 3 was 2 years long, then what chapter would we be in right now instead of chapter? I think we'd be in chapter 5, no? Wait, no, I guess then you have extra seasons, aren't you? So I guess we might still be in chapter 4, season 8, maybe. Sweet, right. The one pumpkin. We need to turn it back. Yeah, I remember someone posting something about that, but I can't remember it off of my memory. Oh, we get 6 out of it. Nice. It's pretty decent. Decent return on ROI or whatever they call it, return on investment. Can we go to another timeline as a 2-year chapter 3? I mean, alternate reality visitor might be doing that. We might be getting a season 11. Since it turns out it's not even a duplicate or anything now, it's some alternate timeline, whatever. But they've already experienced it before. Oh, we've got no soil. Oh. Give me a game of OGL, do it for. But bro, I'm tired. I'm calling it soon. Calling it a day. Calling it a day, chat. Deposit and deposit that. Alright, well, farm is looking good. I want to build this up a bit more, have a bit more like farming housing and stuff like that, and barns and stuff, and maybe sheep. Of course. It's a good start though, but I feel like we need to work it. Does it mean different universes or our universe but time altered? I don't know. I feel like how it's worded that the order doesn't know him completely. I would say an alternate reality and not time altered, but I'm not against it. Why is my cursor weird? Looks like a paintbrush. I'm stuck in the void, chat. I think I'm stuck in the void. I'm stuck. I can't find hope. Oh. Yes. Problem is, I feel like I did a bar somewhere, but I can't remember where I did it. Oh, well, never mind. I'll work it out eventually. Right, I think I'm done, chat. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. So I want to call it a day, so. Where's my bed? Right, chat. It has been a great stream. The item shop would have actually just reset, so I want to check that. So let's go to main VR first, and so we actually see the item shop. The Terminator is back in. Is this new? Oh, we've got glasswork, which looks like the chapter 5 like bit that we had on that underground bit. Yeah, the underground. Which is rather interesting. We've got some skins leaving today, Wednesday. I mean, probably should have left yesterday, really. SpongeBob, we've got K-pop Demon Hunters, and they're still staying in for a bit longer. We got obviously the what do you call it? High Stakes Club or whatever. Riffle and Stellan's still there. Chaperone's still there. Battle Ready. I'm only getting a Peely Bear. So alright, skins now. If you do buy anything, consider using code MISS to join a full item shop. Thank you to everyone using my code. Okay, OG is an alternate timeline, and we get season 11, and it's an alternate timeline. I mean, that still doesn't confirm it's an alternate timeline. That could still be a duplicate, and then get a season 11. But no, I get what you're saying. Anyway, chat. What's your theory? What theory? I reckon our visitor, but he's from an old timeline that Jones made from the Big Bang event. Possibly, that could work. Anyway, guys, it has been your boy, mrjayowhy. Till next time.